Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is December 12th, 2014. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in. So we're going to take a look at the S&P 500 E-mini futures here. You'll see that the futures are trading lower this morning by 9.25 points. Right now, the S&P is trading at 20.21.75 per contract. So again, we're seeing another morning dip this week, and really all week long, for the most part, the markets have been under pressure. But today is a Friday, and rarely do Fridays finish down. And when they do, they'll be down very, very small. So we normally look for a flat to slightly positive trading day when it's all said and done by 4 o'clock East Coast time. So again, be aware of that. It is a Friday. Rarely do we get a big down Friday. But when we do get them, and I think there's been 6 big down Fridays the entire year, they are down pretty sharply. But either way, let's take a look at the charts here and let's find out what's moving. There was some economic news out here just a few minutes ago. It looks like producer price index was down 0.2%. You could read all about it. I could care less about the news. But let's take a look at some stocks here. We're going to start off with Sherwin-Williams. SHW is the ticker symbol. Stock closed at $254.21. It is now trading around the 250 level. You can see it right here at 249.89. So this stock is down this morning. This is one of the leading paint makers. If you ever painted a home or anything like that, you may have used Sherwin-Williams paint. I know I do. Right now the stock is trading lower. I'm going to have some gap levels out here for this one. But again, it's going to need to go a little bit lower than where we are now. But I will have gap levels out here for Sherwin-Williams. Keep this one on the radar today. It will be in play today once the opening bell rings. Next one on my list right here is Adobe Systems. Adobe came out with earnings last night. Stock closed at $69.74. It's now trading at 74 bucks. Did trade above 75 briefly. I like this move on Adobe. I think this is a strong move higher. Again, just be careful of any reversals that take place today simply because the market has been a little bit on the weaker side. But the move in Adobe that I'm seeing is actually pretty strong. So I would be careful going against it. There looks to be a fair amount of support also at 74, even as this is pulled back intraday. So again, Adobe making a pretty strong move. Stock closed at $69.74. I wouldn't do anything with it. If you own the stock, I would trail the stop loss. If you don't own it, I wouldn't chase it up here. I would let it give you a pattern, maybe even an intraday pattern by the latter part of today's trading session. Could set up for another move up in Adobe, provided the market holds up. But if you own it, I would trail the stop loss. I would not get out. And if you don't own it, I would not be chasing it up here, though. It is a little bit overbought to chase. But either way, the stock looks fine at the moment. Let's take a look at GoPro, GPRO. This was upgraded, I believe, by JP Morgan. I'm still thinking GoPro's headed down to $55, $56. That's the math that I've calculated. My original target was 65, but we exceeded that to the downside. Now I'm thinking 55 is still in the cards. I know GoPro's getting a little bit of an uptick here, but I would be careful with this name. But around 55, I start to like the stock. 55.50. That's, I think, a reasonable level for this equity. So keep that on the radar. We'll see if it does get there. But that's a level I think GoPro finds a little bit of a near-term bottom, at least for the holidays. Let's take a look here at UTX. I know there's some news here on this one. It looks like, from what I could tell, looks like they're guided lower. So the current quarter profit, $1.60, is 8 cents lower than estimates. And then I believe that they're issuing guidance in 2015 that is weaker. So UTX is a stock that could be under pressure today. Now this is a very diversified big company. So again, I'm sure there's some bright spots in there somewhere, but I could care less about it. All I care about is the chart, and I'm going to have gap levels for UTX today in the chat room. So that'll be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll look to play this one going forward. So again, gap levels on United Technologies, UTX, ticker symbol is UTX. That will be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, let's shift over. It's a Friday. There's not all that much moving around from what I could see. Those are pretty much the big names that I've been able to isolate. But I want to look at gold this morning, and you're going to see that gold futures trading down just 50 cents. So gold seems to be consolidating here. Again, had that big surge in gold the other day. Now it just needs to consolidate for a while. Nothing really wrong. Nothing terrible here. So gold is holding steady. Let it give you a pattern here, but nonetheless, gold is trading down 50 cents on spot, and right now the spot price is around $1,224.80 a contract. The GLD, as you can see, trading right here at 117.68. So I don't think there's a lot that's going to happen with gold today, but we'll keep it on the radar. We'll see if it does give us any intraday pattern. Now looking at spot crude today, looks like crude is trading down $1.30 to $58.64 a barrel. So crude did break that big psychological $60 level. It is now trading slightly below that. There should still be a lot of support in here for crude. Be very, very careful with this. This is not completely washed itself out, and crude still is in a very, very vulnerable technical position. But either way, there should be a lot of support around this $57, $58 level, at least temporarily. But right now, crude is trading lower by $1.30. We'll keep that on the radar today. That should affect a lot of the leading energy stocks out there, so you want to be a little bit careful with the energy stocks. But that's what I'm seeing, at least at the moment. If you take a look at the USO, which is a good way to track light sweet crude, you're going to see this is at a new low. So again, not a pretty picture here, but this is at a new low here, so you got to be very, very careful with crude at the moment. But I do think that it is getting a little bit overdone here. Maybe it has a little bit more downside to go because things overshoot as they normally do. But either way, I would not be looking to short crude at this stage of the game. With that said, everybody, come on over, take a 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat. It is a Friday, makes for an interesting trading day. Volume trends will get lighter. That will help to support the market generally. We'll see if that is the case today. With that being said, have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.